There's an answer I don't know it. Please, you're killing me. Please, you're killing me with all these questions.
Hey everybody, it's Jcrash. Welcome back from the holidays. I just wanted to shoot through a few flicks that I happened to see over the holiday break. First film that I saw was Warrior. And Warrior came out last year. Nick Nolte was nominated for, I think, a supporting actor award in this film. It's the story of these two brothers. They're MMA fighters. You may or may not have heard of the film. I had heard this film was good, really strong performances. I was curious, watched the film. All in all, this is a very predictable film. The script is really just, I thought I was done with fight movies after The Fighter. I was not really impressed with The Fighter, although Christian Bale was pretty good in it. But I thought I was done with fight movies. I got sucked in here with Warrior. Nick Nolte is pretty good. It's kind of an over-the-top performance. The characters, the drama. This is a real high-drama film. All in all, Warrior, predictable flick. Really catered to kind of the MMA crowd. It was funny how they mixed the violence in with the emotion. Interesting film analyzing it. So that was Warrior. I would probably give Warrior maybe a 6 out of 10, maybe 5.8 out of 10. Also saw a film with Matt Dillon called Employee of the Month. It came on Netflix. I like Matt Dillon, and some of his comedy stuff is pretty cool. This is a comedy. It's a B flick. It really didn't make it. It's from 2004. I was kind of on board for a little while. I was laughing. Some of the humor was pretty clever. It's kind of dark comedy, and that's cool. I like dark comedy. And there's definitely some funny moments in the film. But one of Matt Dillon's good friends in the film was just this annoying guy. The character was really over the top, and that's kind of what killed it for me. Christina Applegate was in the film. Needless to say, wasn't too impressed with Employee of the Month, although it had a few, funny bits at first, but I really couldn't even make it through all the way with this film. It was just... anyway, I would probably say 5 out of 10 for Employee of the Month. Another film I saw that was probably one of the best romantic kind of films that I've seen in quite a while, and it was called Paris, Je t'aime. Paris, I Love You. This is a series of basically 15 different international directors that all directed little shorts that make up this film about love in Paris. And it's a broad definition of love. This is a very well done film. I appreciate it. You had directors like Gus Van Sant. Also, Wes Craven did a piece in the film. So some really good directors were involved here. Like I said, series of different shorts. There's some good series of actors and actresses in the film. Steve Buscemi's in one of them. One of my favorite character actors. It's romantic. My wife and I watched it, but it wasn't a cheesy rom-com. It was just interesting little bits and I have to say that most of the little vignettes were very well done and kept my attention. Just when I thought I was going to kind of get bored, a new one would start, and they all grabbed my attention for the most part. This is a pretty good film. I would rate this film probably about a 7.5, 7 out of 10. Definitely a strong, unorthodox, romantic-style film. So definitely check that one out as opposed to, one of those dumb rom-coms. Another film I checked out, it's a cult film from the 70s called The Warriors. And I remember seeing this film when I was younger, like, maybe 11, 12 years old. It seemed like such a badass movie. It was like a movie about these gangs. And it's kind of this futuristic vision. The film was made in, I think, 79, 80. So it was like a futuristic vision where all these gangs in New York City united to basically take control of the city, and one of the leaders of this movement is gunned down, and the blame's put on this one gang called the Warriors, and they're from Coney Island, and they just have to get back to Coney Island. And it's funny, like, seeing these, like, gangs and the way they're portrayed. What's funny is seeing this film now and just seeing it from such a different angle. You know, it's like it was such a badass, dangerous film back when I was a kid, and then seeing it now, it was almost like I was laughing at the film more. And I don't think that was really the intent of the director at that time. The Warriors has a huge cult following to it, and I'm not knocking the film because I liked it. I was digging just watching the Warriors. It was funny seeing the gangs, like they all had their like little vests on, and different gangs like had these different themes. There was like this one gang, and they were all mimes, and there was this one gang that it was kind of a ripoff from Clockwork Orange, where they were like baseball players, but they wore like the hats and the face paint, kind of like the guys from Clockwork Orange. You're up for a laugh on kind of an old gang sci-fi, like, I don't know, not even really sci-fi, but kind of a futuristic wasteland gang flick from the late 70s. The Warriors is kind of worth it. Another film that I popped in that I have in my collection, I haven't watched it for a while, and it's kind of it's a Western. It's called Open Range, and it's a Costner flick, and yeah, I know some maybe diehard Western fans would give me shit for liking Open Range, but this is a good flick. It stars Robert Duvall, is one of the main characters, Kevin Costner. Annette Bening's also in the film. Just a good story, a Western story. It's got a conclusion, a gunfight that's one of the best showdown gunfights, I think, out of a lot of Western flicks, and believe me, I'm a Western fan, so it's very dramatic. It's a Costner flick. It's polished and everything, but I gotta say, it's a movie for some reason that I really like. And, it's not probably in my top 100 flicks, but definitely Open Range is a cool movie. So, anyway, those are some flicks I watched over the holidays. Alright, everybody, take care. It's Jcrash.
There's an answer I don't know it, please. You're killing me. Please. You're killing me.